back to the Artefactors Union. I am your host and foreman, Douglas Scoundrels, and today we are assembling the Damned box for the Explorer Society faction containing one The Damned. Yeah. Sorry, I had a cough. Here is the artwork for our lovely, kind of undead boy. Is he undead? He's undead, hooray. There's the artwork. Render on the back. Very moosey man, cryptid looking thing. Alright, let's look at the sprue. Here is our sprue, 12 bits in total, which is slightly more than average, but nothing too bad. At least nothing super tiny that's going to break or get lost, so I'll call it good enough. Let's start by grabbing the body, and then the right leg and left leg. Then we'll attach the crotch flap, the right foot, and the left foot. I think that's a foot. Yeah, that's a foot. Then we'll move on up. We'll do the right hand and the left hand. The effect stuff, the hump on his back, followed by both sides of the head and the antlers last. Alright, let's grab, oh goodness, I think that's E2. E2 followed by E10 and then E1. Okay, starting with E2. E10, the right leg. And E1, the left leg. Now we've completed the connection point for the crotch flap of E9. It's going to go right in there. And with just a little pressure of your pokey stick of choice, it'll go in pretty smoothly. And if the legs are slightly out of place, the pressure should kind of mold them into shape correctly. Alright, let's get started on the feet. E6 is going to be our right foot. Okay, there it is. A real shaky connection, so just make sure it follows the line of the leg and it looks good to you. Alright, let's move on to the left foot. I'm just going to have to be back here. And that bit is E11. It might not be touching the ground, not sure. It fits in pretty snugly though, so this one's going to be a lot harder to mess up than the right foot, but let's move on to the right hand, which is E7. One outreached claw later, and we only have one hand left, or limb left, I guess. And now E12 is going to be our left hand. Oh, this one fit pretty snugly as well, so not going to have too much trouble with it. This one wasn't quite as obvious as the right hand, but there is only one real way it's going to go in at this angle with the tooth and groove that we have for connection. So, should be just fine. And let's do the back hump, which is E8. There we go. That seems to completely disappear almost. Okay, let's start on the head. Excuse me. We'll do E4, and we'll actually attach it to the body before we do E3, the other side of the head. E4 is going to be our right side of our head. Okay. Now E3, the left side of the face. And they go together just fine. Now let's add E5, the antlers, and call him done. Very moosey. Indeed. Alright, base him. We're done. The Damned is all done. Pretty simple. I'd say the right foot is the hardest part, and that's not really saying a whole lot, although getting the crotch flap on there is the tiniest bit fiddly, but it's not going to work until you get both legs on. Anyways, pretty simple overall. Let's look at the entire box now. The Damned box is done, containing A1 The Damned. Easy model. Alright. Yeah, that's it. That's for me, singular model. I've been your foreman, Douglas Scoundrels, helping you build a better Malifaux. I'm losing my mind over here. Have a good night.